welcome here today. I'm so honored that you're taking time out of your busy life to connect with me here and to explore how we can work together further. I just want to highlight here that this is a space of excellence and growth. If you're a critical thinker, if you're a leader, if you're an innovator, or you're the kind of person that finds joy and passion out of searching for that next layer of excellence, then this is the space for you. We're looking to work with, connect with, and bring into our community leaders. And leaders come in many different shapes and sizes. You could have started with you as an educator, or with you as an employee that worked yourself up to managerial status, or even into higher level leadership. It could be that you've spent your life being amazing in your company and running a company that gave you transformational leadership skills that you can apply just about anywhere. So the list goes on in where you got your leadership skills, but we're looking to bring you in if you have skills such as problem solving, deep strategic thinking, analysis that helps others to look at where they're at and jump to the next level. If you are intrinsically motivated by enabling others to thrive, to grow, to learn, to deepen, to widen their possibilities, as well as continually challenging yourself to do all of those things, then I believe that this video and what we're going to talk about today is just for you. My name is Tirza Elise, and I am the founder of She Exclusive. And within She Exclusive, we have a range of programs that offer a variety of learning on health, wealth, community, and self, specifically for the entrepreneurial woman or the expert leader or the woman who has worked for 20 or 30 years mastering her craft and becoming amazing at what she does. But now it's time to look beyond and think, what is my new phase? And this video specifically is going to be talking about one of my programs called Monetize Your Expertise. This program not only enables you as the expert to review everything that you have learned and mastered over the years and turn that into something amazing that will enable you to have the kind of freedom, life choices, and financial longevity that you really deserve. But also it could give you a side business line where you could also do the same for others. You could utilize all the skills in teaching, guidance, leadership, mentorship, coaching, consultancy that you've gained over your life and enable you to have the retirement life that you so desire while still making the money that you need to live the abundance of life that you have ahead of you. So if any of this interests you, if what I've said is resonating with you so far, check out the next 10-15 minutes. I know that this program is for you. So as mentioned, this program is called Monetize Your Expertise. And the essence of it is to go from being a lifelong expert to a leader. And that leader could be just for yourself in your own business. And we're going to unpick how I'm going to teach you to bottle that expertise into a sellable, monetizable, and digital product, so that you can achieve financial abundance. Additionally, I'm going to offer you the option to go one step further and join our Monetize Your Expertise leadership group or leadership team, where you then gain the skills to teach that to others. So it's exciting, and let's go through all the steps. So as mentioned, you're already very excellent at what you do, need not be reminded. And you've had years of growing others. Maybe you were an advisor into an education sector. Perhaps you were a leader of a department. Perhaps you have a degree and have practiced as a lawyer or a doctor or an accountant. The list goes on, but you're an expert at what you do, and you are a strategic, innovative, and critical thinker. And what do you do with that as the years go on and you think, I'm not really into the 9-to-5 or the pace or the ladder climbing? But I've got all these skills that I don't want to put to waste. I want to remind you that you are standing on a huge pool of excellence, and I know how to monetize it and master it. I worked as an educator for years, first starting off as a classroom teacher, then as a school leader, then into being a consultant, advisor, and then director for teachers into schools on behalf of the government of England. And then it came to a point in my life where it just wasn't my journey anymore, and I was embarking on a new phase. And I sort of was standing at this new chapter of my life and thinking, I've got all this knowledge. Lots of people have wanted to listen to me for forever. And now I just need to do something different with my life. What's that going to look like? I still need to make money and be financially solvent, but I don't know that I want to work for the man anymore, albeit I loved what I did in fighting for the rights of children. I'm doing it now even broader because I've proven that I have the leadership skills, the teaching skills, the education skills to teach you. All of this has given me the wealth of knowledge that I need to be a facilitator for you, to work you through some steps to do just the same in your expertise. So what we're going to create at the very end of the program is really diverse and completely up to you. But the steps that we need to get there are a really clear formula that I'm going to take you through. And we begin with mindset shifting all the way through to having a product, so that you can immediately start to believe that you are sitting on that wealth of excellence and that somebody is going to pay for what you have to offer. And then once you get so confident with that, you can start teaching others. Let's see how we go through those steps together. The first step, and what I need you to focus on at first, initially, is to make sure you tick all of these boxes. Because like I said, this is the type of person that we're looking for who's just right for this course. So 1, are you driven by uplifting others and sharing your knowledge, empowering, teaching, leading, bringing development in whatever form is right for them into the lives of other people? Are you fulfilled by leaving an impact, leaving a bit of a legacy, making a dent in someone else's levels of excellence, helping them to be the best version of themselves? Are you driven by a search for knowledge, a hunger for continued learning? The continuous learning person is who we're looking for in this program, and who will be able to take everything that we're working together on and make it their own, bring excellence to it, and continue to thrive and grow through it. And finally, are you that thinker, innovator, and strategic and transformational leader? So if you tick all of those boxes, and if everything on this pyramid resonates with you, then you have gone through the first step. And I just want to highlight that even though most of that is about other people, actually it starts with you. And when you get this right, it's going to immediately impact your fulfillment, your inner joy, and ultimately your finances. If you do something that you love and you're driven by that inner passion, then it's just going to invite people to be near you, and you're going to have that financial abundance that you deserve and also that you need in order to continue to move into different phases of your life easily, with full wellness and with the time that you need to spend on you, to spend on family, but also to spend on mastering your trade in what you offer to others. Because living with purpose work is just so joyful. I can't tell you enough how much joy it brings to my life to empower others. And I'm really looking forward to serving you, to sharing that with you, and to sort of observe how both of us grow through this process, because I can guarantee you, everyone I support through this journey, I grow even more. So here's the second step. You to once again review your own self at this space and evaluate where you're at. Look at your sort of levels 1 to 10 of where you see yourself within these 4 points. I want to first of all just reiterate that if you're still here, you believe, and now I believe, that you hold a wealth of transferable wisdom. Now, this is once again reiterating to you, and that's why I'm using the word transferable, is because I'm not promising that we're going to create one product. This is the one product we're making. For example, I'm going to teach you how to teach children to read, or I'm going to teach you how to sell ClickFunnels, or I'm going to teach you how to become a social media marketer. No, that's not what this is about. What this is about is helping you to identify that you have knowledge, expertise, and what that is, all the way through to creating it into a sellable product. But what the product is in the end links directly to your expertise, experience, interests, and likes, dislikes. Okay, so just to refine that. So box number 1, your natural abilities. I want you to just make sure that you have a skill in communicating what you're trying to teach people very clearly, very succinctly, and kind of you have a skill to guide people through a growth journey. Now, that skill doesn't need to be really matured, perhaps, or very honed, but you have something within your nature that is aligned with that. Yeah, and I'm sure if you're a teacher or a leader, whatever, it's rooted within who you are. I also want you to look at where you are 1 to 10 in your drive for everyday brilliance or excellence. One of my favorite words, excellence. To be successful in this program, you're going to want to have skills in mentoring, helping people to create, think outside the box, or maybe go as far as me and just get rid of the box completely and start building yet something else that actually works. Problem solving, creative thinking, that kind of mind that's open to be reflective and willing to maybe admit what you don't know and be creative and innovative and problem solving and mentoring to yourself as well. Continuing to drive everyday brilliance is not just in others, it's also in yourself. How can I make this better? The next one, right container needed. That means which container is needed? How do I need to package this in order to convey this learning to others to help them solve their problems? Because if it's been a problem for you, it's most likely a problem for at least 10 other people in this world, right? So somebody wants to buy from you and learn what you have to offer. But it's how we package that and how we niche it down so that we can monetize it into a very clear framework for someone else, like you're going to experience on this package with me. Finally, I want you to rate yourself 1 to 10 on your mindsets. Mindsets that matter is what I call it, because it's the mindset of growth that makes you the strong candidate and a successful candidate for this program, Monetize Your Expertise. Belief, self-belief in your skills, your efficacy, creativity mindset, that means you're prepared to play. You're prepared to play through ideas, concepts, actions, failures, and not let it floor you or make you feel like, oh, what's the point? Okay. Finally, a quantum state embedded into your way of being, or a quantum state of mind. And I'm going to go through what that looks like at a later date. But ultimately, what it means is that you have a deep belief that there is infinite layers of possibilities. So it's almost that kind of mindset of, well, if it's a problem, let's just find a way to fix it. Or if that didn't work, there's going to be a possibility slightly somewhere else. These are the deep intrinsic mindsets that I'm really looking for and that I know you have because you're still here listening. And these are what are going to make you successful in this program. So now step 3 in working towards whether or not you really are the right person to join our Monetize Your Expertise program. I want you to start to imagine, what if your knowledge became a digital product? Now, you may or may not have heard of digital products, but they are the new Chanel. They are the new Apple. They are the new Tesla. And they are growing in interest, in usability, and people are more sought after. They're more sought after now. And basically what it means is anybody can search online and find the skill they're looking for, download it through a purchase or a free model, and learn it, okay? Or use it to aid them to solve a problem, fix something in their business, and the list goes on. So what we want to do is we want to transform your years of teaching, leading, managerial skills, mentorship skills, the list goes on. Or it could be your skills in interior design or teaching children to read, or I think I've used that example twice. Or or cooking amazing meals when you have nothing in the cupboard. Whatever your ultimate skill is, it's transforming it from physical, traditional teaching models into an online product, online offer. And you're going to think about the capacity of reaching a global audience. And I have platforms where we can do it not only in your language, but in that of 270 other languages as well. The wealth of what I've learned over the last 3 years in regard to what's on offer, technology-based or technology-wise, is so exciting, and I can't wait to share it with you. From ClickFunnels to course provider platforms that offer these AI opportunities to translate everything you do and say, to connections on international community platforms like School or Kajabi. And all of a sudden, with a little bit of investment of time and resource, you have something that's ticking away and going far beyond the reach that you ever thought possible from your classroom or your office or your immediate clients or lecturing, etc. Now I want you to start to envisage how powerful you're going to feel, how happy and fulfilled you're going to feel when you're teaching others something that you're really good at. So like I said, if it could go from being really good at mentoring or leading, you have amazing transformational leadership skills embedded and you've got the steps to help other leaders get there, and you want to go at that level, or you want to go to the level of helping moms across the world who have come to the end of their week and haven't been shopping yet and have got 4 things in the cupboard. How do you make a banquet out of that? It's one of my favorite superpowers that I own. But I'm sure some of you out there have something like that too, that people will just be like, wow, I've been looking for the formula and the framework to do just that. And then you're going to be able to create this pathway, and I call it the SheEO pathway to success, that gets you, first of all, doing it, and then how you can teach others to do it. And then, obviously, like I said, you're starting to earn. Just imagine waking up in the morning and there's an extra $3,000 in your bank account while you were sleeping because someone on the other side of the world saw your course and thought, I want that. I'm going to sign up. And then shared it with their friend. And before you know it, you had 2 subscribers and you're off on a journey again, growing with your business and sharing what you know while earning much easier money than you did before. It sounds like a dream come true, doesn't it? But it's actually really in reach. And within 12 weeks, I can get you from what we're talking about now to having that product ready to launch and ready to go. What do those 12 weeks look like? So this is not the full 12 weeks, as you can see, but this is an overview. So we clarify what our knowledge is, and then we identify the niche and what product we're going to come up with. What is that niche person or that niche group or that avatar person needing, wanting, looking for? Then we're going to use some tech, and we're going to leverage tech platforms, AI, like I said, ClickFunnels, creator platforms, to really amplify what you're offering and make it slick, make it clear, and make it translatable to nations and people and languages across the world. Then we're going to actually go into building them. So we're going to do real workshop-y, masterminding type stuff, work together. And that's where real heavy group coaching comes in. I think that's around week 6. And then we're going to finalize it by just honing in our mindsets. I just want to highlight that mindset models are addressed at the very beginning, or mindset shifting, shall we say. And then later on in the course, a mindset model is where we really break down our success alignment grid. And we think about the key 4 pillars that enable us to be the most successful business people that we can be, because we're taking care of our emotional self, our strategic business planning, our stakeholders and our customers and people that interface with us, and our leadership actions such as delegation, planning, time versus money, money versus hours given, etc. And then finally, we set in a framework that is an action plan for our life. So we start to make these types of things a habit. By this point, you're so rooted in this framework and you really understand how it not only has enriched your mindset, your possible business future, creating a side business for you, as well as enabling you to be so confident in it that you can teach others. And that takes us to step 2. Step 2 is the opportunity to turn what we've learned together into then a side business for you, where you bring other people into my She Exclusive Monetize Your Expertise program, and you earn very high commissions off of what they pay into the program, as well as you act as a mentor and a support for that person, building your personal brand, building your clientele and community, and creating this amazing web of experts who come together to support one another in bringing out our excellence. You can tell that's my favorite word. Scale your impact and your income within this side business. You act as an agent for my SheEO programs, not only Monetize and Your Expertise, but perhaps other programs too, such as 6 weeks to SheEO, Unleash Your Power, because what you get in the 12 weeks is a merge of those two. So you can additionally support others in other programs that we offer as well. You can not only recognize your skills, but you can recognize those of your friends and family and help them identify that this is the right program for them. It really helps you as well to align your purpose. You're coming into your final phases of life and you're thinking, what is my purpose? I don't need to be mom anymore. I don't need to be someone that runs around and creates community around the school playground or chase the career progression. Perhaps you don't need to be best wife or best friend or best employee in your mindset anymore. And actually, you just want to be best for you. And this is the time where you can do that. You can connect some passions and some either hobbies or work expertise into a profitable product that allows you to thrive, shine, and showcase your excellence while at the same time not do as much physically or in work hours. And you also gain, of course, a mentor through system. You never lose your mentorship with me. You become a member of She Exclusive in our membership group with a very low or free membership, depending on which package you buy into. And you're part of the team. You're part of our leadership group. You are part of the founders of the next group of people who are coming through to grow in their excellence as well. So it's just a win-win situation because you get a business for yourself where you're sharing your knowledge, and you get another side business where you're teaching others to do the same. So between step 1 and step 2, you're earning money and you're honing your excellence and building on or continuing on with everything you've grown in your life as a leader or an educator, a teacher, or mentor. Can't beat it, right? You will go through an additional module with me on becoming a SheEO agent, but it's all part and parcel of the package if you buy the 2 steps together. And what do you gain from that? You gain that empowering mindset shifts, not only for yourself, but you get the script and the understanding and the know-how of how to teach other people to shift their mindsets too. We uncover your genius zones. So just because you've been a leader, manager, or coach or whatever doesn't mean you have the same skills that I have, for example. My skills are different. My genius zone is different to your genius zone, and I can most certainly learn from yours, I'm sure. But we're going to identify what those are, and I've got different diagnostic tools that we use to find what your genius is so that you can take advantage of those in your support program that you offer to your new clients or people that work with you. You'll have a complete access to our proven templates that work, and you can share them with others and use them so you don't have to recreate the wheel. The templates, the pre-recorded training that you'll get from me, as well as the opportunity to learn how you can create your own training packages too under our clear formula and templates. And finally, you're going to feel that you have become a transformation creator, and you're going to learn how to do that really clearly to move from teaching to transformational leadership, because there is a big difference from being a manager to being a inspirational leader that helps people to feel that intrinsic motivation within them. And one of the modules within our 12-week program is on being a transformational leader. And we start with being one for ourselves, and then how we utilize those skills and embed that in our work with other people, so that we are utilizing the key points that make transformational leadership so powerful and influential to other people. In summary, and I'm going to unabashedly do a bit of a sales pitch here, but you are, or are you perhaps, the missing piece to someone else's breakthrough? Firstly, do you want to have a breakthrough for yourself and go through this process with me, and then at the same time get the opportunity to become that for someone else? Because every time you help someone to refine what their skill is and turn it into a monetizable product, you're going to grow in your own self-belief, your own self-efficacy, and your own self-confidence in knowing that you can do this again and again. And you see it tried and proven again and again. And before you know it, you think, I've helped someone light their way forward, and I'm continuing to enlighten mine. And I'm sharing my own growth journey, and it's meaningful to other people. And it's becoming more crystallized to me too. And I'm transforming my experiences into empowerment for other people. And the things that we can continue to grow and develop with our growing community is really empowering too. We'll be running 3-4 day events where we bring people together to continue to learn for professional growth, but also to showcase and share and stand up and shout about the successes you've had, to keep up to date with all of the new technology and AI, so that we continue to sharpen our tools and empower each other to grow and expand even further. We will have retreats where we do business and professional development, as well as inner wellness, and focusing on perimenopause and menopause and our physical body, and how our physical body is strong enough and aligned to run our businesses and be the best that we can be physically, cognitively, and emotionally. So the possibilities for growth and expansion are huge, not to mention the growth for connection, for community, and for personal professional development. So I urge you to take these few next steps. I'm only taking on 10 people right now in this launch of Monetize Your Expertise program, because I want to keep it personal. I want us to be a powerful accountability group, and I really want you to get the most out of it as well. So by limiting the amount of people, you get to have access to the amount of time from me that you need in order to make this the most impactful for you. So book your appointment with me. In the link below, there's my calendar. Book a slot in there with me, and let's explore if you're the right person to fit within my first 10. There's 2 different packages that you can buy into, and you don't have to book, you don't have to choose at the beginning. But there's one package which is 997 euros for the 12-week program. And that takes you from mindset and idea to product.